All right, deck profile, Soulless OTT. Very good deck. Deck's still doing great in Japan. So I'm going to show you the deck first of all. Second half, we'll have the discussion of how things work out and what to do. So we start off with the starting Vanguard, Little Witch Lulu. Go off the grade 3s. 4 Scarlet Witch Coco. I call him Yoko. 3 Meteor Break Wizard. And then Detect 1 Sakura. And this is a teammate's deck, so this is how he likes playing it. 4 of the Wiseman. 3 of the Tom. And 4 of the Mocha. Grade 1s. 4 Cat. 2 Weather Milk. 4 AKs. 4 Imperfect Shields. He likes running the 4 draws. 4 heals. And the crits. So that's the deck right there. Here we go off to the second part, which is the discussion of how things work. So, alright, Little Witch Lulu. Very, very good card. Her effect, the way it works is, she stays in the soul until you hit the grade 3. Once grade 3 hits it, she comes out of the soul, you Soul Blast 2, draw a card. I mean, that's really good just because you get hand presence for free. As for the triggers, these could always change. Everybody has a different playing style. My teammate likes doing it this way. Most people like just running it like this. 12 crit and then the heal, just because they get draw. In his build, he likes running the draw just because, so it's just more hand. Meaning you can get to more to what you need. So, of course, this can be run a little differently, but that's the basic gist of it. Now, as for the grade 1s, don't need to explain much. We have the 4 Perfect Shield. Your deck draws a lot, and having this hand, and this is really important, especially against the decks that are coming out. DOTE, MLB, even Ride Breaks later on, and Ultimate Breaks. Just this is important. You need them. AKs, don't need to say much. Great boosters. And then the 4 Dark Cat. Dark Cat just gets you that draw, and it makes your opponent draw as well. Sure, you're giving them the draw, but in that case, you're digging your deck for answers, and that's really important for this deck. Now, what I see people do is sometimes take out 1 Dark Cat and tech a, what's it called? Not the Luck Bird. No. Yeah, Luck Bird. So you can get that Soul Blast effect, so you can draw more. I personally don't like it too much just because it's a 5K, and nowadays you need to hit for big numbers now that basic Vanguards are almost just 11 to even 13 base, so I like the Dark Cat. And then Milku, just because it's cute and it's really good because you will constantly have a 10K boost because this deck always has a hand, so very, very good. 4 Battle Sister Mocha. We originally were trying 3, but 4 seems to be really good. That 11 attack is so good, and it's always constant because you have the cards in hand. And at the end of the, near the end of the game, if it's dragging on too long and you don't have the cards in hand, you can intercept with her. She's just so good. That 11 is so good, especially because you have those 7K boosts, and have an 11 with a 7, you're swinging for 18, pushing 10K blocks from 13 base Vanguards. So very, very good. And I don't really need to say much for the Wisemans, just because this deck is a aggressive deck. You need those high numbers. 10K attackers are important. And then, of course, everybody's favorite yet hated card, Silent Tom. We all know what he does. If he attacks, your opponent cannot block with cards that are grade 0. So, I mean, this applies a lot of pressure. What people usually do is they stack the triggers on him. But nowadays, now that most cards, most Vanguards are a high number, hence 12, 13, 11 base. Tom has a hard time getting through just because they don't need as much to block against him. So we went to 3 because we don't want to ride Tom. That's really bad. You don't never want to ride Tom, and he's just great as a rear guard. And you got to play smart with him. You just got to play just at the right time. Now, this is where some people are going to argue. Meteor Break Wizard is really good. Having that 13 attack is so good with an 8k behind it. You're swinging for 21. With a 7k, you're swinging for 20. Now, what you could do differently is you could take out one Meteor Break and run to Sakura. Sakura, which I'll get to right now, is really good. Sakura, being able to play her on top and bouncing everything to get a fresh new start, getting Lulu back to your hand, having a 10k boost is so good. You know, she gets you hand advantage, and she is swinging for a high number. Now, because her effect is, if you have 4 more cards in hand, she gets +4. That's really good. So, I mean, if you especially run out of counterblasts, so you can't use Yoko anymore, you can always use Sakura as the final push, just because she's really good. So you can always, like I said, either run more Sakuras, 3 Sakuras, 1 Meteor Break. You know, you can always switch it up between these two. But this is the way he likes it. And the final sexy card, Scarlet Witch Yoko is what I call her. Coco is very good. It's the heart and soul of the deck. No pun intended. She has that Counterblast 2, no cards in soul, draw 2 cards. This mixed with Lulu, you're drawing 3 cards just when she's played. That is so much advantage. So good. And if you have no cards in soul, you know, she swings for 13. So, and you can keep using her effect for the Counterblast 2 when you play her. So you can ride her once and then ride on top. And since you still have one soul, you can play the cost and still draw. So, and at that point, you know, you're going to have 2 cards. You can later on ride the Sakura and get more advantage. I mean, that's how this deck works. You get hand, and then you beat down your opponent. So, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys tech.